All right. Test the mic 1, 2. Now wait. Let's start with how we probably bet you or something. Like, obviously,
Shoot. How we met from the thing. What do you call it?
Was it? I think probably
The little.
it should be the. We went to the forest one time. Oh
But how did
Y'all had class together.
Yes.
Yeah.
no! I think we probably met at Kunskin, the first track.
because
You had
because
class?
no, I already had your Instagram then. The first time it was definitely in class, and I will never forget it. I just walked in and I saw you and I looked at you and I was like,
You said
yeah,
you definitely. African.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was the first thing that came to my head. 'Cause obviously, we got loads of Africans in the UK,
obviously.
and I saw him. I was like, yo, this guy is definitely African. Like, you gave me that nod, and you was like, yeah, he's like international too. So,
Yeah.
so like we both had that like connection. Where it
And
was
I think
like,
when we
international.
went to the forest for the track and
Yes, and we got that picture.
I think
Yeah, you and Ramsey.
I'll put it on there.
Yeah. We got that picture together.
That event I was so nervous because if I think coach text you, yo, we are going to blah 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 some forest whatever, and then I was like, I don't have my shoes yet. I'm so
Yeah, 'cause
nervous.
I thought
He
y'all
said,
about to
come.
run.
Yeah,
That's
was
the
like,
first photo. Yeah,
That's the first photo. First photo we took in where was it?
Was it Kunskin?
I don't know.
Nah, it was
Canal
some
Canal State
Yeah,
Forest
Canal
or
State
something.
Forest. It's up. No, y'all went to
Y'all
went to Fayetteville.
New River
New
Gorge,
River
New
Gorge,
National Park.
because I remember y'all. I seen the little bridge and stuff.
Yeah.
like
Look at that river.
Uh-huh.
That river looking nice.
I was like, Coach Nick
Yes,
texted me
sir.
that, yo, we are going to, he mentioned the place, and I'm like, I don't have shoes, I didn't have my shirt back there. He was like, no, feel free, come. And everyone was wearing nice sneakers and stuff, and I was wearing Crocs. I'm like, hey, I'm in trouble. I felt so nervous. Like, I felt so, and no one wanted to sit by me. When I sat in the bus there, I went with Coach Nick's bus, so he was like, are you okay? Are you okay? He realized that I wasn't okay because I was like,
Trying over to text me every time. You're like, I was like,
I'll be
dude,
texting
you be
George.
fine. You be fine.
At least you on the track team now.
Yeah.
Bring the
and
track
I
people.
told him that I feel more okay because
He texted me too. He
Yeah.
said, I feel more at home. They
I
like
feel
me.
boy, yes, because the girls talk to you no more, but then the other people they're some way. All right, so you want to talk to us about, you want to tell us about your experience applying for a visa in the UK. Most people think that getting a US visa is very difficult for Africans and Ghanaians. Obviously, it's very difficult, but then you're going to share your experience from the UK, applying for a visa from the UK, and probably.
Yeah. So applying for a visa in the UK, it was so because obviously it was my first time applying. Obviously, thank the Lord, I got approved on my first try. But obviously it was really nerve-wracking, only because there was so much paperwork.
Yeah.
You guys already know there's so much paperwork to be done, so much online stuff to be done. You have to have your DS-160, your passport, you have to have your I-20, you have to have proof of funds, you have to have all of these facts and figures that you need on paper. And so that was just really, really nerve-wracking for me.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm just going to share like a little story of my trip to the embassy.
Yes.
So we only have one embassy in the whole of the UK.
Really, London.
London.
So you have to fly.
One embassy in England.
Yeah.
There's more embassies, like there's another one in Wales and like Scotland, but like the main, obviously in England, the closest one was in London, which was like just over 3 hours away because it was deep in London.
Yeah.
And so we left quite early, me and my parents, because they were just stressing out because we were like, we need to book this flight, we need to get things going, blah blah blah. And so my dad actually took a wrong turn. Bro, you can't make this shit up. My dad took a wrong turn on the way to the embassy.
He lost.
And it's like, bro, we're thinking, if we miss my appointment,
If
I'm finished.
If it was us back home, they would say that, witchcraft, because
Yeah.
they would have said, witchcraft, so you are going for interview and then you missed it, spiritual, So, but how was your reaction when your dad missed it then?
I was mad as fuck. I was like, you know what? Sorry, let me not swear. I was
Upset.
I was just started shaking because I was like, I really want to go to America, and it's like, I don't even get the chance to even go to the embassy and go to the interview. I've just missed my appointment. That's the only thing I was thinking in my brain. And then my mom tried to calm me down, and then we managed getting there, parking up, and then when we got there, we was fine because the line was so long that
Even in UK?
Yeah.
I was thinking about to ask that even in the UK, you guys apply for a lot of US visas because I thought that it's just Ghana that people want to try.
Everyone's trying to come to the US.
But then were they refusing people like no, or you guys didn't see people being refused?
I didn't see anyone be refused personally.
Because remember, UK and United States are real close, so it'll be easy.
Ghana, when you join the queue, let's say 500 people ahead, you would see it clearly. No. And when they are coming outside, it's even clear. They are holding their passport and they are just angry. They are just mad that their visa was refused. I didn't know that UK is going to be very easy in the UK. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't hear a no. I heard, because I wasn't really paying attention. I was kind of like shaking a little bit. I was so nervous. But I remember there was another kid that I was talking to in the line, and he played football and he was going to the US. He was from Wales, and I think I just heard him speak to the guy. Okay, approved, and he just walked out. And I was just like that.
But then what kind of questions did they ask you?
So the first question he asked me was funds, actually.
Obviously.
Which is, I'm guessing that's
because
the most
UK's funds is higher than, your currency is higher than the US.
Yeah,
so obviously
yeah.
Should have some of the pounds.
Yeah. So the first thing he asked me was funds, and like, he asked me how am I gonna provide the funds to pay for school, and I just gave him a plain honest answer. I said my parents. I said my parents gonna pay for my school. He was like, okay. And then the next question, I believe, was about I believe it was what I planned to do
after school.
After school,
yeah, definitely.
And I told him, which is what you always have to do. You always have to tell them that you're coming back.
You're coming back.
You never say, even if you plan to stay, never tell them that you're
because you're potential immigrants to them. So
exactly.
To them.
So I literally told him, I was like, I plan to go get my bio degree. And then come back to the UK and go to physical therapy school or osteopathic school or anything like that. But I was like, I plan to study my masters in the UK. I plan to come back and join the workforce in the UK. I plan to come back home. That's the main thing. That's what you have to do. You have to state that you're coming back home. You can't say, I'm gonna work.
I'm going to work. No mind, they'll just sack you. But then, did you feel the DS from yourself, everything, or you had an agent?
I filled it all out myself. I sat there.
People back home don't believe. People in Ghana, they think that you need some agent or someone to. It's just something simple. Very simple.
It's long. Like I sat there on my laptop. I think I was sat there for a good 3 hours. I was working on it. I even phoned my coach. Because I had to have, I think, 3 or 4.
Emergency contact or
it wasn't like emergency contact. It was people that the embassy can call to confirm that I exist. Which is crazy. But so I used my friend, my other friend, and you can't use a family member, which is wild.
It's very wild. Because they know that you know it then.
Yeah, I had to use 3 of my friends, and then I ran out of friends. So how
many friends they asked to fill out?
4 or 5. I can't remember, but I remember I used 3 friends and my coach. And I was like, coach, I'm gonna give blah blah blah. Like they won't ever really phone them, but it's just just in case
something happens.
Just in case something on your application isn't sitting right, they will phone the person who you put on the list, and they'll be like, oh, does this person exist? Like, who are you to this person? Just for
so one thing is that from Ghana, where we come from, coming to the US is like heaven. It's like a big dream. If you come to America, and you yourself, I've been showing the pictures and stuff. When you come to America, people think that you have achieved like very, very big dream. How is it like in the UK? When you are from the UK, you come to the US.
Tell them your experience.
How do people see?
Because people, African perspective of America.
Their perspective about America is that once you get here, that is it. They think, he's in heaven.
I say for the UK, it's a lot different because. For me, me personally, I knew that I was gonna come here and I was gonna develop as an athlete and as a student because the college athlete lifestyle, you can't beat that in any other country.
Exactly.
College athlete lifestyle, student athlete lifestyle, is the best here in America. So some of my mainly my athletic friends, people who I train with, knew that I was gonna go over here and just get faster and improve and stuff. But mainly the whole perception of America is actually don't go there.
Yes.
Obviously my parents are from Jamaica. I've got a lot of family from the Caribbean.
Jamaica, you know that Jamaicans, you guys come from Ghana. Yeah, because there's this tribe in Ghana called Ashanti, and their flags are green and black.
That's what
that is the same flag of Jamaica. And recently, the king in our country, the Ashanti Kingdom, he went to Jamaica and went to tell them that they're actually part of us.
They know because the Queen Nana, she was one of the slave people that got sent to Jamaica. She's on their little money bill. I'm gonna show you. I'll keep talking. I'll show you.
Like, you guys have the same flag. That's why he has so much power, because it's like you guys are Ashantis and you moved to Jamaica. It's like you guys were dropped at the island and you formed your own Caribbean or whatever. So when we went to New York, the Caribbean, almost everything was like Africa. Their food, everything. They had almost like watching. I think it was watching.
She on there.
Nanny of Maroons, Queen Nanny, Granny Nanny of Maroons. Okay,
Yeah,
leader of
she's
Jamaican
from
Maroons. She let me come.
They're born in Ghana. You see.
Basically, you guys are literally Ghanaians for real. For real, because
Basically.
the flag alone, even the colors alone, shows that you guys are actually from Ghana. When I saw the flags of the Ashanti Kingdom, and most of you guys know that Jamaican flag and Ashanti Kingdom is
It's the same color.
yellow and green and black.
black.
Yes, it's the same thing. I think just that the logo is very different.
And then there's a slang for the word Jamaica. It's a Ghanaian slang, but it's an old term.
What's the name?
I gotta figure it out. My dad knows, but it's like an old term.
That's crazy.
But then you told me that you moved to Iowa. Is it
Iowa?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
that was the
yeah.
first place you went. Was it for a visit or schooling?
I was there for a year.
A year for school or?
Yeah, for school. So I'm a sophomore now. I'm a second year.
Oh, okay,
So-
so you actually transferred.
Yeah, transferred. Yeah.
But then, how was it like? Because for me, when I came here, being obviously black, like I was very, very scared and stuff. But then it's like you are from the UK, and Americans like the UK. So how was the experience?
Honestly, in Charleston,
Yeah.
like West Virginia, it's actually like I've only been here for
2 months or
2 months,
Yeah,
2
3
months, almost like 2 months.
2 months.
It's not as bad as
chill.
Iowa.
Iowa.
Honestly, it's actually quite chill. Like I've never seen this much black people
Really?
on campus before.
I was like white.
Iowa is
I
just
was
straight
For real?
white,
Yes.
bro. Straight
I didn't
white.
know. I thought I have a Ghanaian
No.
friend there. He's living normal. So I'm like, then
Anywhere in the Midwest you go,
Midwest,
is like
Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas. Kansas, when you go to Kansas City, they got black folks, but like other than there,
it's really.
But
Like,
then did you feel like you were very different? Like how I used to feel, very awkward, different. You felt like
Bro.
they aren't part of you.
it was so. I kind of had to let my ego take over a little bit.
Yes.
And when I first got there, I was like quite nervous and stuff. But then I realized I was like,
just
I have to respect myself because I've took this leap.
Yes, because they don't know this. When you come from Africa, it's like when you come from even a different country to America, it's like low key. You've done a lot of things than them because you are paying much fees than them. You have so much courage than them to leave your country.
Just for us to get here is
yes,
so much harder.
very, very difficult. So you've
than
literally
them.
done the hard work.
So I just have to sit there and just think, like, who am I to be shy?
Shy, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because that is what I actually feel when I'm journaling. Anytime I feel like they are better than me and I'm writing down my thoughts, I feel like I'm actually better than them because I've achieved a lot, literally, than most of the people. But when it comes to the field, when I get to the field, I'm like, they act such a way that you feel like, nah, you are not part of us. Like, you understand? So how did you cope with it? Did you ever experience that?
Honestly,
they acted like you were not part of us, or they just went to the flow?
Honestly, like they acted like that, but the reason why I didn't really care and like why I kind of like got over it and like grew past it was I'm gonna give a shout out to my boy from Florida, Breon.
Yeah.
He was my roommate at my old school.
Yeah. Was it black?
Yeah, he was black, of course. Me and him we just
hit it off.
Yeah.
straight away.
Obviously.
Me and him just went through everything together. Like we would just be chilling together. We would do everything together, and it's like so. And he was a track athlete too, so
Yeah,
we
you
went to
guys
training
were-
together. We were
yes.
racing together. Like it was amazing. Like that's actually my guy. I think I go see him actually for Thanksgiving, hopefully. Them flights to Florida looking a bit crazy.
I don't know, it's cheap. When you fly from I just came back.
Yeah, he just came
For
back from that.
$89.
So.
I was going for 5 days.
Bro, I remember you showed me that, you know,
No,
because
it fly to Tampa now.
when
too.
I checked it was like 200 something. I was like,
no.
yo.
Let me see. I'll check and let you know.
I was like, I don't even know.
But then,
cheap.
what point did it get for you to feel like these people are I'm actually just like them, so let me just go with the flow? Did it take a very long
Honestly,
time?
it took me like a week.
Because
I'm
I've been monitoring, I'm like, this guy has that confidence, you understand? Like,
gonna be
you
honest.
just go with the flow, track training.
Yeah.
It's like, and also it's like when you came here, you picked you had friends like immediately.
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
started making friends.
Because like I'm good with like energy and like I know what kind of people are people. You know what, that doesn't make any sense. I know what kind of person a person is when I see them and when I feel their energy.
The energy,
You
yeah.
feel me? So like that's why I talk to certain people and that's why I'm comfortable with talking to certain people.
Yeah.
That's why when I saw you in the classroom, I was like, this guy ain't from here. This guy just like me. Let me go talk to him. Like,
and I'm the only one who looks like this. I'm probably the only one with this hairstyle in the school. Probably.
Oh yeah, definitely. So it's like I had to just like
go with the flow.
Learn. Like you'll learn who and when to talk to certain people, and you'll just get through it. And like you'll have people by your side to help you get through it. For me, because I was such like a white state, and it was very hard for me and Breon, but we got through it because we had each other. You know what I mean?
Your friend also experienced the same thing you're experiencing.
Of course. He was from Florida. He's from Tampa.
Black. No, I thought that those who experience it are those from different countries.
No.
So even if you are born, you experience it.
Yes, everywhere you go. Like even if when you go to Midwest, like especially because, in Kansas, because you don't see a lot of black people, just a lot of white people.
Exactly.
Because in my class, the black boys over there, the football boys, they are very confident.
Because they have each other. They have a group.
That's how they like strive.
That's how they get through, and that's exactly how me and Brian was in school. It was like when you saw us together, me and Brian was rolling. We never cared. We didn't care what anyone said. We didn't care how anyone acted. And like with you, the person who's helping you get through this. It's Marvel.
Just the George.
You know what I'm saying? Those helping you get through it. You know what I'm saying? You always, and that's one thing for anyone that plans to come to America.
You have to know your
You need to find your clique and find your people.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because they will help you get through this whole college lifestyle.
Because when you come here, everyone is in their group. You meet this people from Spain, they are together. South America, they are together. European boys, like they are all together. The black boys together. Yeah, very true.
But yeah, man. So, but that's the thing about
moving to America,
being from the UK. So like, you won't find any people from the UK who are like black here. You know what I mean?
UK guys had a lot of black people.
We do have a lot of black people.
You don't see them come over
they're just not really here. I don't even know why. Like I see every UK person I've met from, especially from my old school, they were white. From this school, it's white. I've met a guy from London called Joel. Actually, he's really cool. He plays for the football team, soccer team. He's the first black UK guy I've seen in America.
Wow.
Like everyone else has just been white, so like you really just have to find like even if they're not from your country, they just have to be your clique, your people in it. You'll know who your people is, and the person who
and I think it's more like it's something natural. Black people see and they just greet you.
Exactly.
Like I experienced it when I came here. They just meet randomly. They just greet you.
No matter what country you're from, like you'll see like the black Americans are just give the black nod. You know what I'm saying? We all know the black nod. Just like
they made this country better for you guys.
And you see, I told you guys how it got to a point that I'll meet our people and not even our people, they're white people. Then I'll talk to them and then all of a sudden they just switch. Did you also experience something like that?
I experienced, because the reason why my experience isn't gonna be as hard as
like your accent.
as hard as yours is my accent.
Obviously.
And that's honestly the only reason. That's honestly the only reason, because like
they feel like a home.
you can
talk to him.
you can look at me like I'm darker than you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
but the only reason is that like is my accent, and they're like, oh wow, like like honestly, like I'll never forget the time we got pulled over in Iowa. Me and my friend was coming back from the club. He was driving drunk, and the police officer pulled up, and I started talking on purpose. And then the guy was like, really aggressive. Like Brian was driving, and he was kind of drunk, but he was like holding it down. And then I started talking, and then he was like, "Oh, where you from?" And I started to like make a convo with him. He was like, "Oh wow, I got some family down in London." And it's like after that, he was like, you boys have a good night. You can have a good night. I'm like, bro did not check the car,
I feel UK and US have this kind of bond, like Ghana and Nigeria. So you see how you guys normally, even with the YouTubers, how you guys collaborate. It's like UK and US, even with the entertainment industry, UK and US. That's why I feel like you guys literally bonded, because me coming from Africa, I mean, already the perception about us is not that
that's what I'm saying. It's like they understand.
Media made it very
exactly.
But then
made it very difficult.
First of all, I think I'm better than everyone here. Not in the sense of being egoistic, because I don't really see what they have. Not like, but when I came here, it got to a point I didn't like the idea that they felt they were better than us, because you see them, they don't really have houses like we have back home. In Africa, even the poor man has about 6-bedroom houses in Ghana. If you see the land that people have in Ghana and even Nigeria, but then they come here and they feel inferior because
just because you're from Africa, bro. Just because your accent.
The perception about you is not.
That's the only reason.
So I was like, come on, my dad has a 10-bedroom house in Ghana, a huge plot of land. How many people have a free plot of land in front of their house? Look at their plots, very simple, small.
But like, bro, even me, when I was meeting you, I was like, whoa. like he's someone that's my age that has
Books.
a strong African accent, because all of my Ghanaian and Nigerian friends, because there's loads of Ghanaians and Nigerians in the UK, all of my Nigerian and Ghanaian friends, they all have British accents because they were born here. It's their parents that have the African accents. So it's like I'm used to hearing it on adults. You know what I mean? So when I heard it on someone that's like my age, I was like, whoa, this guy from Africa. You know what I mean? It was honestly like, for me, it was like, wow, it was quite refreshing to actually hear it.
Actually
feel like someone my age that had such a strong African accent. I liked it because it was like I only ever hear it on adults.
Okay, one thing about the reason why most Nigerians and Ghanaians are in the UK is that at first they didn't take visa to the UK.
Yeah,
you know that.
Or like
they don't take visa. You go to the plane, I think they just check your passport. It was visa free to the UK, so it made a lot of Ghanaians and Nigerians. They colonized that, so they made their visa free. Everyone was just going to the UK. When they realized that I think UK was becoming different, and they started moving to the US. Even to the people in the US.
So UK, you gotta get a visa now?
Yes, a long time.
It's because obviously the Queen had like a certain rule of a certain amount of countries. I'm pretty sure Ghana was a part of that. Like the Commonwealth. We all see the Commonwealth Games, the track, Commonwealth Games and stuff and whatever. Like all those countries, basically the Queen just owned them in the Commonwealth in it. So that's why it was easier for certain African countries to come to the UK.
But then when they realized that we were taking advantage, they realized,
you gotta take advantage. Sure, you came to Ghana and took advantage of us.
Exactly. have you heard of the Windrush though? I've told you about the Windrush before, right?
No,
bro.
Maybe I don't remember.
Search up the Windrush generation. Basically, how every like Caribbean person
I heard they talk about the Top Boy too
of descent has like basically come here. So like not my parents, but my grandparents and like my grandparents' parents. They were just my grandparents. They came during the Windrush, which was like a whole flood of like Caribbean countries, especially all the countries that the Queen owned. So like Jamaica. What's the one with the
they part French and England, so it's on a Snapchat.
St. Lucia,
probably the
Trinidad and Tobago. Like what's that country with the literally? It's got a British flag. It's got a Great Britain flag in the corner. And it's in the.
I know you're talking about.
It's not like New Zealand or Australia. It's the. Oh man, I can't remember what country that is, but obviously that country is in the Caribbean as well. And obviously most of our grandparents, the people who are my age, most of our grandparents came during that generation to come over here and like work and like basically build the country.
But then when was the last time you went back to Jamaica?
I've never been.
You were born in Jamaica. You've not been there before.
I wasn't born in Jamaica. My parents were. My parents were.
So fully.
I've never been to Jamaica. Me and my brother have never been to Jamaica. So basically, quite a sad story. This happened many years ago. But my granddad was meant to take us, me and my brother, to Jamaica. But he was meant to take us in July, and he actually passed away in like March. I think it was March. I can't remember when, but he passed away in like March. Obviously, I never ended up going, and then my parents have just never ended up taking me. I've never been to the motherland, bro. So many of my friends that are from Jamaica and from all these Caribbean countries, they've all been back home. I've never been, bro.
You sound like me, but I was born in Ghana.
He was born in Ghana, so
I've never.
You talking about Bermuda? Bermuda is that one.
I think Bermuda.
That's the one that had the England flag.
Bermuda.
Bro, I've never been to Jamaica. So many, like even like my sister. So my granddad took my my older sisters back to Jamaica, and then when he came back, he was like, "Oh, you and your brother are next." And then obviously he passed away. But man, I'll go there one day.
When you were in the UK, what was your perception about Africans? Like when you hear Africans, people from Ghana and stuff, what was your perception?
Because like a lot of my friends, because of a lot of the population. A lot of the black population are from Africa. It wasn't really like a bad perception when you grow up, but when you're young and you're watching all this media and all you ever see is starving children and stuff.
Eyes on their face.
Bro, if you don't have parents to educate you, and that's the only opinion you have of Africa, bro. then you'll just.
It's
like being called African would be an insult.
Yes, it sounds like
it's mind blowing.
Yeah.
It's like
it's a lot of countries.
Bro.
Yes.
It's
50 plus.
It's bad, man. It's bad. Like if someone said, "Oh, I'm from Africa," they'll just like if they were young, I'd say maybe like 16 and below, especially if they weren't educated. Because luckily, like my parents, whenever we saw it on the TV, they were like, "Bro, like Africa's not like this." And like I was like educated, and plus I had loads of friends that were from Africa too. They never actually went back to Africa. Some friends that were from Africa had actually never even been to like Nigeria or Ghana. It's only their parents. Just
it's a cheap flight too. I don't know
because
why.
Just like me, my parents are from Jamaica. I've never been to Jamaica.
But then, since they moved to the UK, have they also gone back to Jamaica before?
Loads. It's like it's mainly just me that hasn't been really. Loads of my friends have been much. It's like
they went to go bury Grandpa back in Jamaica. Or get there?
No, they buried him here
In England.
Yeah, they buried him here.
When I die, do not bury me here. Put me in the plane. Take me back home.
You know, people in America, Ghanaians are like when they die, bury them in America, so that when they resurrect again, they will still wake up here. You understand? That's their perception. They're like, they bury them in America. And they wake up again. They wake up in America.
This land is built of. There's
I'm
a whole
telling
bunch
you,
of
because
dead people on this land.
I've been trying to understand what America has that Africa doesn't have. Like, I've tried to.
It's just the media. The media makes this place.
There's
look
nothing
like
extremely unique about America that you could say that America. Of course,
Africa has everything, bro.
Literally, it's have
just that Africa has absolutely everything. But the people in all these other countries like the UK, America, we have just taken you guys' resources, stripped it to literally build the rest of the world, and that's how it's
my
been.
dad say they are 400 years ahead of a lot of people.
Were you in the UK when they were burying the Queen when she died?
I was in America.
Oh shit! You know how they packed all the African leaders in one coach in a bus.
Yeah,
and they made Biden fly his motorcade or whatever from America to the
I didn't even see that.
Oh,
it was bad. All the African leaders on a charter bus.
On the bus.
All these other European presidents, they have their own
so mad.
Like their own police barricade
coming through. They will just open the gate and
all the African leaders on a
all
bus.
the African
all the African just check it out on
the
It was like it was so embarrassing. It was really trending. Like you have to imagine president of Sierra Leone, president of Ghana, they were all in the bus sitting down. I'm like,
so here's what's absolutely crazy about that. The person who has conquered all these countries and formed the Commonwealth after conquering all these countries, she's died, and in her death,
still
she's made you
still
like
is it muted on your thing?
Cramp and go on a bus, bro. That's
it was
ridiculous.
So embarrassing. It was that is it. You see all the African leaders, they are the ones in the bus.
Yeah, if you mute it. It might be loud.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It's so bad. How
I didn't know that. I never knew that.
They was making fun of them. They're
People
like,
were
y'all
so
are
mad.
a joke, man. How y'all go to a whole man?
Go and see the Queen of.
That means y'all nothing. Look at that. They making fun of them.
What?
It was so bad. Like how just because you are from Africa, they grouped all of you in the bus. Come on.
That's other leaders coming in there. That's U.S. actually. Look at Biden.
That's disgusting.
Got his own car there.
I didn't even know
that. They flew all of them in a plane, huge plane, brought it to the US, entered. They gave them express. They entered before. See how people they were smiling to in the bus.
Goofy.
Hey.
Man.
Leaders. But
wild.
the funny thing is that these people in the bus have money done.
What in a bus?
Yes.
Yo, they're holding onto the. Yo,
Yes.
what the fuck?
That was how they.
I didn't know that. I've never seen this.
And they smile. Like, what are you smiling for? I would not even went.
The disrespect is too much.
Nah, man.
It's too much.
Look at this guy. They got him driving the bus.
So the funny thing is that when I came,
I know he made that bus lit though.
When I came to America first, when I asked people if they know Ghana, they are like, no, they've not heard of Ghana before, and I'll be like, oh.
People from America?
Yes, most about
America.
They don't know most of Ghana. So when I'm talking to them, I'll be like, "Oh, your vice president came to our country because she actually came to Ghana in June or July. After I had my visa, she came to Ghana, and I'll be showing them videos of George Bush in Ghana, Obama in Ghana. You should know that how many countries does American president visit? They don't really visit. They come. George Bush comes to Ghana.
They don't really talk about it here. They only show it like a couple of times on CNN. Oh yeah, President Obama is in Ghana for Then they just skip it. Then they talk about something else.
Yeah. Obama came to Ghana. George Bush came to Ghana. I think Bill Clinton came.
They love Bill Clinton when he came to Ghana.
They built motor highways for the country. They did so many things like back then.
Damn.
But then you come here and they're like, come on, from Ghana. They don't know that kid from Africa. What you say? The other day, I was talking to someone, I think one guy in my class. So I was making fun of him that he looks like a YouTuber. So I was sitting behind him. He didn't know I was by him. And he was telling his friend, yo, that kid from Africa, he trying to talk. I'm like, yo, I'm here. And I was like, yo, that is him. I'm like, why is it that kid from Africa? He was also black, obviously.
Bruh. They don't really geographically sound that they're not. No. Like,
alright,
you see the YouTube stuff. Oh, name this country. They don't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah,
that's
they don't
anything you see on YouTube about like Americans not knowing geography, it's all true.
It's all true. They don't teach them geography. In Ghana, they bring the map. Every class has the map, and they'll ask you.
Of course.
They will ask you for not being able to tell where this country is located. It's a big issue in Ghana. You have to learn it. You have to learn things happening in different countries, and I think that's very good about Ghana. The fact that they force you to learn things that you feel that it doesn't matter, but at the end of the day,
when you make it here, then
it's like a flex for you. Like other countries, it's like a huge flex for you. So basically, someone from London. So in case you feel that if you are from Ghana or you are from Nigeria, your visa is harder than someone in the UK. It's actually true, and the reason why it's true is that immigration rates compared to those in the European countries is very high. So if you are from Ghana and Nigeria, and they know that when you come here, you don't move back. But people in the UK, it's like UK passport and US passport is almost the same. Yeah, I think you don't need a visa to come to the US for visit also. I'm not sure.
For visits to the US, you have to have it's like a B something.
B1 or B2.
Yeah, so we have like a F1 visa, F1 which is like a student.
H1B.
It's like a B1 something. It's like a temporary thing, like 2 weeks or something. But yeah, in the UK, it's like even going up there, like in the line. This was before I even got to the top. Like I had a water bottle. They was like, "Oh, drink your water," because I couldn't go in there with my water.
So I was about to ask, how is the security over there? Is it that
like,
strict? Like
strict, just like airport security.
Because I thought that back home the security will be doing too much because you go there, search you. Do you have any money? Do they search you guys?
Yep. So first of all, you come to this is why you always have to have all your documents out. So it's a long process. You go up to the person at the front. This person's out in the middle of the street. Okay, so there's people lined up out in the middle of the street. Person's out in the middle of the street. You show them your documents. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah. You wait in the line. Go through security. They check your bag, your clothes. You drink your water. And then you stay in another line, which is like really long. And then you go to this... And then you go to this... like this area with another counter inside the building now.
They check your passport photo details and stuff to see if it's correct.
And then they give you a ticket. They're like, your number, blah, blah, blah. And then you go to the elevator. They tell you which floor to go up to. Really? Then I go up to, I was on like the 4th floor.
Ours was like one building.
And then, and then I went through. It was like everyone with this type of number. Like, it's like even numbers, odd numbers, numbers below 50, blah, blah, blah. Going in this line. And then I went in the line, stood for like another hour or whatever. And then that's when they called me.
So and you went in by yourself, no parents?
Can't bring my parents.
Yeah, they were just sitting back there.
Can't bring them.
Yeah.
They can't even go through the first bit outside on the street. I can give the guy my documents. My mom and dad were standing right behind me. They're like, "How old is your son?" They're like, "Oh, he's 19."
Alright, that's it.
He's a big lad, he'll be fine. That's literally what the guy said. He was like, he's a big lad, he'll be fine. And then they were like, alright, they went to go get coffee or wait in they went to go get coffee, wait in Starbucks while I was there for like hours just shitting my pants. I was so nervous, bro.
But then back home, how do you feel when you hear people going to the US? Do you feel like they are going to be more privileged than you in the UK, or is like normal?
Back home, it's like, so people my age know that going to America is big opportunity depending on how you use it. Some people go here and just waste their time, they party all the time, blah blah blah. But people, my parents' generation, they actually see America as like a devil country. They say don't go here. That's where the Illuminati is. Like I'll talk to my friends' parents. Like, are you going to America? Man, just be careful, because you know how they do. Obviously, all these shootings online. But it's like, obviously, our generation know that there's more to it than that. But it really just depends on which generation of person that you talk to.
But then when you came here, have you felt or experienced something close to what they were thinking, like this gun violence and stuff. Because since I came here, I've never seen a physical gun before, to be honest.
I mean,
except a policeman with it, I've not seen like an individual with a gun.
I've seen obviously policemen with guns.
Yeah.
I walked into Walmart to get some groceries, and I just see guns just hanging up.
Oh yeah, they used to. I don't know if they still sell guns at Walmart.
They do.
Sell guns at Walmart.
They do. They sell.
Because